Welcome to Activity 3.2, Introducing Gravitational Energy, Energy Conversions, and Energy Conversion Diagrams. So what we're going to do in this activity is we're going to construct a new model to explain the relationship between kinetic energy and gravitational energy. And this model is called the Energy Conversion Diagrams. So, first thing I'd like you to do is go to this page. Again, it is Activity 3.2, and you can see down here it's on page 28. So what I need you to do, I'm going to flip screens here, is I need you to draw a circle by the 1, a circle by the 2, by the 3, by the 4, and by the 5. Make sure the circles are large enough because you're going to need to draw in an energy conversion diagram. Then what I'd like you to really quickly do is draw in some bar graphs. So you're going to need 5 of them. They can be very simple. How simple can they be? Well, if I drew, you can just draw a line here. If you want to just draw in GE, KE, and have a line coming down here. And then what I would like you to do is draw in these lines here the best you can. I'm trying to draw these lines off of with a cursor so they don't quite work as good as I'd like them to work. So go ahead, draw those in. You can pause the video, and when you get done drawing them in, you can replay the video or start the video up again. All right, now you've had a chance to draw in your bar graphs and your pie charts. So let's look at this right here. Now this could be a box that's dropping, it could be a brick. It doesn't matter what you want. And let's talk about this brick right now. So let's just pretend someone is holding on to the brick. Say this is their hand, and I know it's not the best hand, but let's say they're holding on to it. So it hasn't started dropping yet. My question to you is how much KE does it have and how much GE does it have? Well, if it hasn't been dropping yet, it hasn't been dropped yet, it has no KE, it's not moving. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a legend or a key over here. So let's make kinetic energy green. And let me switch colors. We'll make gravitational energy blue. So if this brick or this box has no movement, it's got no KE, so it's 100% GE. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill this in completely. And again, you'll probably be able to do a much better job of coloring it in. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to fill it in. So let's go over here to the bar graph. If there's no KE, there should be nothing over here. But on the gravitational side, it's 100% GE. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this box here. And I'm going to fill this in. So that's number 1. So let's look at number 2. Let's look at 3. Let's look at 4. Let's look at 5. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to skip number 2 and I like to go right to number 3. If you look at 3, 3 is halfway down. So that tells me that it's going to be half GE and it's going to be half KE. So I'm going to divide the circle in half, and I'm going to fill in half with each color. Okay, so when I go over here, make sure I'm on the right side, it's going to go up 2 lines because it's half KE. Then I'm going to switch colors, and it's going to be half GE. Now if we go to the bottom, look at this sign right here. It says just before it hits the table. So if it's just before it hits the table, it hasn't actually hit the table. So it's going to have a little sliver of GE. So I'm just going to draw a line like that. And over here, I'm just going to draw a line in blue. Now this will be tricky with my pen. Let me switch colors. So if that is blue, everything else around it is going to be green. So I'm going to start filling this in. So you're going to have just a sliver. And then when I come up here for the bar graph, it's going to stop just short of being 100%. So now that we've done 1, 3, and 5, the other one should be a little bit easier. So how much KE is number 2 going to have? Well, if it's a quarter of the way down, it's going to have a quarter on both the bar graph and the pie chart. And if I switch colors to gravitational energy, it's going to have 3/4 GE. Now, if I come down to 4, it's going to be just the opposite. It's going to have a quarter GE. And then I'm going to switch colors, and it's going to be 3/4 KE. So as we can see, as we go down, and the nice thing about the bar graph, you can see how the gravitational energy continues to go down as the brick gets closer and closer to the ground. And as it gets closer and closer to the ground, it's going to be going faster and faster and faster and faster. So that's why the KE is continually increasing. So that's why the two are related. Typically when GE is high, KE is low. When GE is low, KE is high. Now once it hits the ground, if there's no movement, it no longer has KE, and it may not have any GE. It'll have been converted to a different type of energy. So if we go back to the lab page, you have this filled out, and there are no questions that go along with it. You can see we have the homework section next. So just make sure you understand how to draw an energy conversion diagram, because you're going to have to do some of those in the future.